welcome to RK Stories. Continuing with our series of internet addiction, today we have invited a special guest. He is Dr. Drishti Chakraborty. He is a physiotherapist, a very famous physiotherapist of Duliaja. So I'd like to request Dr. Chakraborty to introduce himself, please.
Namaste, I am Dr. Drishti. I am a physical therapist and I'm the CEO of Helping Hands Physical Therapy. And today we are here to discuss about the internet addiction and many more things with Marital Komolapuri regarding many other health issues.
So this was a very short interview, but I have got a special connection with him. 3 years ago, when I could not even walk a few steps, he was the one to help me go through all these things. And today I am able to walk. I'm able to do many things, including conducting this interview today. So first of all, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
So we'll start with the interview. So first question is, sir, आप तो फिजियोथेरेपिस्ट हैं, तो आपके यहाँ कैसे क्लाइंट्स ज्यादा आते हैं?
For internet addiction. So in internet addiction, we have a critical condition called as related to neck, which is very much not critical. I would not say critical, but it is very much disabling your activities of daily living. So that is called as text neck syndrome. Text neck syndrome. Text neck syndrome.
Okay.
So when you are too much into texting, like texting doesn't mean you have to just type on your phone. It means like when you are leaning down like this and using your phone, you can get that syndrome, text neck syndrome. People these days, they are not, I would not say that internet is only for those things and addiction and all these things, but these days when you are not using your phone for the purpose of gaining something, you're using your phone only for like entertainment purpose, that moment it becomes an addiction. Because anything which is entertaining, see, in our Hindu mythology, entertainment is considered as tamsik gun. Tamsik gun. So entertainment is considered as tamsik gun. So anything which is tamsik is always attractive in nature. You start feeling attracted to do that thing. Okay, like internet, like not only internet, like entertainment, like watching any TV show or anything which is very much regular. Okay, so you become addicted to those things. And talking about text neck syndrome, what happens in that is when you are too much into leaning forward position for prolonged period, you start getting a severe pain on your neck, posterior part, backside of your neck, which sometimes leads to severe headache as well. So there is one more condition related to internet addiction, that is cervicogenic headache. So you start getting headache because of your this forward posture. And another thing, over a period of time when we can see these days, these teenagers and these like 25 or 30 people, usually they are into too much internet addiction, usually. But in certain cases, I have seen people older than 60s, they are also addicted to internet, because for them, smartphone is something very much new, because they are from the generation of radio till phones. Okay, so they start using this phone and they also get very much addicted to this. Okay, even they also develop such conditions. So over a period of time, what we see is they start getting into a stooped posture, like they become leaned down, so their shoulder becomes rounded and then this starts becoming down. Okay, it's okay if it looks bad or something, but the time it starts giving you disability, when the time it starts giving you pain, when the time it starts giving you any like nociceptive stimulations, any pain order stimulation, दर्द वाला stimulation, या फिर किसी भी तरह का आपको जो काम करने ना दे, आप मुड़ नहीं पा रहे हो एक तरफ, आप एक जगह में सिर्फ बैठे ही रह सकते हो, आप लेटते हो तो लेट ही जाते हो, उससे ज्यादा उठ नहीं पाते हो, क्योंकि आपको स्टिफनेस फील होता है, दर्द फील होता है, आप मूव नहीं कर पाते हो. कारण ऐसा नहीं है कि आपके जेनेटिक में होगा या फिर आपको चोट लगा या फिर कुछ हो सकता है. टेक्स्ट नेक सिंड्रोम या फिर मोबाइल फोन एडिक्शन, इस तरह के चीजों के वजह से हमें ये सारी चीजें होना बहुत कॉमन है. और इसका प्रिसाइज ट्रीटमेंट होता है, इसका ऐसा प्रिसाइज ट्रीटमेंट नहीं होता है, ऐसा प्रिसाइज ट्रीटमेंट होता है, लेकिन हमें क्या होता है कि फोन को सबसे पहले दूर हटाना पड़ता है, जो हमारे लिए बहुत चैलेंजिंग हो जाता है. सो लोगों के हाथ से जैसे फोन छीन जाता है, दे स्टार्ट फीलिंग लाइक समथिंग इज नॉट देयर, very uncomfortable, like they feel agitated. So like phone is something, it is becoming like a part of your, like it's an organ. It's an organ, extended organ. You can't stay without it. Like someone having specs, for them it's the same thing.
Yes.
So further, if you see the thing regarding internet addiction, I have seen this some these days. I have seen these teenagers, like those who are school going. Actually, this has come like before. It was not into so much of highlight. So minus COVID, it was not into highlight. So now what we can see is in post COVID, what we are seeing, these things are too much, because school students, they are too much into this, because earlier they were into online classes. So everyone can't afford a laptop or something. So phone was which was accessible to everyone. So they started gaining their like classes and everything, knowledge and everything from that phone only. They continued doing all these things. They continued doing all these things. But after a period of time, when the school reopened and everything started back to normal, COVID normal, everything started. There was no point to be into phone, where they can go to school, where they can have their friends and everything into in school only. Where they don't have to be into like Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram for to be with the friends. They don't have to make friends. So now they should quit all these things, but they are not able to quit because that thing what I said, tamasic good, it's entertaining. And one more thing, these days students, not only students, for us also, we are gaining our attention less. So our attention span is coming down. So I would say, I would just give an example regarding this. Those people who are watching all these things, they might be also addicted to internet only. So basically the thing is, when we are, but if you see the phone, when we started using our phone, we used to watch movies on our phone, okay, which was a 2 hours movie. Then it started reducing to videos, some entertaining videos, which was 15 minutes, 20 minutes, or half an hour maximum. So from 2 hours, to our attention span has come to 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So when you scroll down your Facebook or something, you start seeing those videos of 15 to 20 minutes. So now when our attention span has come more down, we started watching reels, which is shorts, 30 seconds videos. Okay, so from 2 hours, our attention span has come down to 30 seconds. Okay, earlier when you used to see, when there was no phone or nothing like that, people used to read books. So reading books can also give this physical disabilities also, but reading books, you can't read the book and all these things everywhere every time. When you're with people, you can't read books, you just need to speak to them. But phone is such a thing, if two people are sitting together, they won't speak, they will use their phone in front of each other. That is also a scenario which you will see in these days.
So on an average, आपके पास कितने students आते हैं ये सब problems लेके?
हम बोले तो students नहीं आते हमारे पास सिर्फ, मतलब see we deal with the like group of people. So not only students, I get adults as well. Students are very less actually. So because students are teenagers, because they are dependent on their parents. Parents can school them, parents can train them whatever way they want. So students इतने ज़्यादा नहीं होते. Moreover जो चीज़ होते हैं ना, वो है आपके adults. Adults पे कोई control नहीं होता है. If you go to some banks also, you will see people are in their workplace also, they are using their phone, not for some work purpose, they are using their phone for entertainment purpose. So adults भी आते हैं हमारे पास regarding all these cases. Even I have seen people of above the age of 60 having shoulder pain because of using phone. Above the age of 30 having DQ tenosynovitis, which is another condition related to using too much of phone. When you type like this for prolonged period, you get an inflammation of this part, inflammation of the muscle of this part. So this can be also a related term to telephone addiction or our this thing, mobile phone addiction.
So those who are watching, especially students, अभी शायद आपको पता नहीं चल रहा है कि क्या प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, लेकिन आप सिम्टम्स नोट कर सकते हो. जैसे सर बता रहे हैं, you can get pain here,
DQ tenosynovitis,
texting, you will have this text neck
syndrome,
like you'll be bending forward like this, you'll be having rounded shoulders. तो आप सब अगर आपके पास ये सिम्टम्स हो रहे हैं, तो आप काइंडली अपना पोस्चर चेक कीजिए. And one thing I would suggest is लॉगिंग ऑन, आप एक लॉग बुक रखिए, आप एक डायरी रखिए जिसमें आप कितने टाइम तक आप फोन यूज कर रहे हैं अपार्ट फ्रॉम योर वर्क। क्योंकि आपको काम के लिए शायद 1 घंटे 2 घंटे यूज करना पड़े, आपका ऑनलाइन क्लास हो या कुछ और पर्पस हो, लेकिन आप एंटरटेनमेंट पर्पस के लिए कितने देर तक आप फोन को यूज कर रहे हैं। यू आर यूजिंग इट फ्रॉम 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, so you just note that down over a period of time, say 1 week or 2, आपको पता चल जाएगा कि आप एक्स्ट्रा कितना यूज कर रहे हो और उसकी वजह से आपकी बॉडी पे, आपके पोस्चर पे आप उसका क्या असर कर रहा है।
So not only that, these days there are some apps as well, okay, which regulates your digital monetization.
Okay.
So there are some apps. Currently, I am not able to recall those name of those apps, but if you see, you will find those कि मैंने कितने घंटे इस ऐप में जरूरी एप्स में समय बिताया है, where you just need to sort it कि मेरे लिए these apps are very much important and these apps are for my this purpose, these apps are for my this purpose. So after you sort it out कि the apps are different for different purposes, then they will monetize where you are spending more time and how many hours are your digital monetization time.
Okay.
So that can be a logbook thing. That can be a much more precise way where you find out that how many hours and how many minutes you are spending over a single app or over a single platform or in your phone only. So we can regulate like that also.
And like sir said, जो span है हमारा attention span, it has reduced. Recently, I came across a study which says that our attention span has come down to 8 seconds.
Very much
So
true.
पहले हम लोग बुक पढ़ते थे, मूवीज देखते थे 2-2 घंटे 3-3 घंटे की, बट नाउ अगर आप एक शॉर्ट वीडियो भी देखते हैं, आप रील भी देखते हैं, वो खत्म होने से पहले हम उसको स्क्रॉल कर देते हैं। That is because our attention, we cannot hold on to our attention for a long period of time. And I think as a teacher, I think this is very important for students, क्योंकि अगर attention नहीं होगा तो आप जितनी भी मेहनत करें, it is all going to waste. तो कुछ फायदा नहीं होगा, because you will not be able to retain whatever you have studied or whatever you are doing. And I think sir, ज्यादा फोन यूज करने से अवेयरनेस, सेल्फ अवेयरनेस जो है वो भी कम
हो जाता है। डेफिनेटली सेल्फ अवेयरनेस कम होता है, सोशल अवेयरनेस कम होता है। आप देखिए, द थिंग इज नो, so I would say something like there is something called as some politician would say these things, okay. So in politics, education doesn't matter. What matters is studying people matters, okay. So to study people, you need to interact with people, and how would you interact with people? You need to go out, you need to speak with people. So when you start interacting with people, you became more matured and more understanding regarding the social awareness. We are not animals to be into own a society, to be into own our predominant part. We are humans, so we are the best race of animals, okay. So we need to be socialized, we need to stay with our people, not with some AI programmed and all those things. And believe me, this thing, our phones and all, they are far more dangerous than us. They are far more dangerous than us. See, we as humans, according to history, we as humans, we have dominated Neanderthals and other races of like animals, and we became the top-notch people in top-notch group of animals in the world. Okay. So similarly, what some technical believers or some people, some philosophers, they say that a day will come when AI will rule over us.
I think वो सही ही हो रहा है.
And the AI will rule over us. So they will start dominating us. So at that time, today, the way we are working for people, that time will work for AI.
Can make us to. अभी भी तो they are making us watch whatever they want us to watch.
अच्छा, it is true.
जो advertise आता है आपके पास, recommended videos आता है, वो algorithm AI ही तो लाता है कि आप ये देखो, आप ये वो खरीदो. So now I think sir, it's already starting to dominate our behavior. our हम क्या खरीदते हैं, क्या देखते हैं, क्या खाते हैं, वो सब अभी AI बोले तो आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस, जो आपके यूट्यूब से, इंस्टाग्राम से, जो प्रोग्राम्स का एल्गोरिदम चलाते हैं, वही सब है. और सर आई हैव नोटिस्ड कि आजकल जस्ट ए फ्यू डेज बैक मैंने एक मीम देखा कि रास्ते में एक साइड में एक ऐसा वो साइन बोर्ड लगा है फॉर इंटरनेट zombies. Those are people who are walking on the road, but they are totally focused on their mobile phones. कहाँ जा रहे हैं, कौन किधर से आ रहा है, गाड़ी आ रहा है, they have no idea. So observation तो पूरा zero हो गया.
That is true. Observation is also has come down. So a few days back I was seeing one thing. Okay, even with me also I found this thing, and I'm trying to rectify this thing. So whenever I am eating something, whenever I am into food or something, I am like
very common with me
so
also.
whenever I am eating, so I found something. I was sitting at a cafe and I was having some tea or some snacks or something. I was sitting there. So I found out that most of the people who were sitting around me, so that cafe was full of people, okay, sitting around me. So nobody was like speaking to each other and something. It was complete mum. Only that owner and that those waiters and all, they were shouting, you have to give food to this table, this table, this table, and other people were like scrolling down and having tea or coffee, whatever it is. Similar thing was happening with me also. I found out this thing that see, we are not observing what's happening around us. We are observing what's happening inside this world, okay, and which is the virtual world. So there is something called as a real world and a real world, okay. This is a real world. They create these things, okay. They create this field. So if you see one of the very popular show, I would tell you, so the real world and the real world, Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. Okay, so you will find they stay in a society which is very much wonderful. Okay, but will you really find such a society in this world? Right?
Everything is ideal.
Everything is ideal. Everything is wonderful. Everything is beautiful. Okay, so in real world, everything will be wonderful. Nothing will be like bad or all these things. Yeah, negative news and all these things are there, no doubt. But what entertains us is that real thing, okay, not that reality wala thing. So that's what I'm telling, that our tamasic gun is entering too much into ourselves to these days, and which is giving these emotional disorders as well as I told that physical disorders.
Sir, you are talking about emotional and physical disorders. I'll come to the emotional disorders afterwards. लेकिन आप बता सकते हैं कि physical disorders क्या क्या हो सकता है?
Physical disorders तो कई सारे हो सकते हैं. So हम अगर देखने जाए तो physical disorders बहुत सारे चीज होते हैं. So सबसे पहले मैं एकदम सरल लैंग्वेज में बताना चाहूँगा, फिजिकल डिसऑर्डर्स वो होते हैं जो चीज़ आपको नॉर्मल एक्टिविटी, एक नॉर्मल इंसान जो कर नहीं पाता है, अगर आप वो कर नहीं पा रहे हो, देन यू आर फिजिकली डिसेबल्ड और यू आर हैविंग सम फिजिकल डिसऑर्डर. सपोज आई एम आस्किंग यू टू पिक अप अ पेन फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड, ओके, सो आई विल बी पिकिंग अप द पेन और द अदर पर्सन विल बी पिकिंग अप द पेन वेरी इजीली. लेकिन अगर आपको बैक पेन होता है, आप वो पेन उठा नहीं पाओगे वहां से. दैट मीन्स यू आर हैविंग सम फिजिकल एलिमेंट, फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी. उसी को हम बोलते हैं फिजिकल डिसऑर्डर. सो अगर हम फर्दर बात करें कि देखिए, सो जैसे आपने इमोशनल बिहेवियर और फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी के बारे में बात की, तो हम ये बताना चाहते हैं कि आपने मुझे इंट्रोड्यूस करते हुए भी बोला था आई एम अ फिजियोथेरापिस्ट. सो व्हाट इज फिजियोथेरापी, ये भी बहुत मैटर करता है ये फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी के तौर से देखने के लिए. देयर आर टू थिंग्स. इंसान को दो चीज़ों की ज़रूरत पड़ती है. एक होती है कि इमोशनल डिसऑर्डर या मेंटल डिसऑर्डर, और एक होता है फिजिकल डिसऑर्डर या फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी. तो इमोशनल डिसऑर्डर, इमोशनल डिसेबिलिटी को ट्रीट करते हैं साइकोथेरापिस्ट, उसको रिहेबिलिटेट करते हैं साइकोथेरापिस्ट. फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी को ट्रीट करता है फिजिकल थेरापिस्ट, फिजियोथेरापिस्ट जो होते हैं. ठीक है, अब कई सारे मतलब साइकोलॉजिकल डिसऑर्डर्स हो सकते हैं, जैसे आपके एंजाइटी हो सकता है, डिप्रेशन हो सकता है, कई सारे कंडीशंस हो सकते हैं. तो इन सब को ट्रीट किया जाता है बाय साइकोथेरापिस्ट. और फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटीज कितने सारे हो सकते हैं, पैरालिसिस हो सकता है, पैरालिसिस हो सकता है, बैक पेन, नेक पेन, नी पेन, कितने सारे हो सकते हैं. तो ये सारे चीज जब किसी को रोजमर्रा के काम करने नहीं देते, then it comes to our encounter where we need to encounter and enhance their normal ability to work something or do something. So that is what is physiotherapy.
तो अगर कोई इंटरनेट एडिक्शन से उसको प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है तो कुछ कुछ ऐसे एक्सरसाइजेस हो सकते हैं जो उनको हेल्प कर सकता है?
That depends on what is his problem. ऐसे हम कुछ बता नहीं सकते कि whatever exercise है. So in physical therapy, it's not like only, so that is it is a myth or something like कि physical therapy is only related to exercises. So physiotherapy is only not related to exercise. Yes, we do use exercise as our modality of treatment, as a part of treatment, but exercise is not only the part of treatment. So I personally, what I am doing is, I am a manual therapist. So in physical therapy, you need to do further specializations. So I am a manual therapist. I am an ortho manual therapist. So you need to do in which is a part of our treatment. Okay, exercise can be like when a patient comes to me, we have a menu. We have a menu of treatment or modalities of treatment. Okay, so probably for me, what I believe is, when I'm referring it as a menu, what I believe is exercise is the dessert. Last. ठीक है, तो starters can be any other thing, main course can be any other thing. So like that only, that is my way of treating the patients. Okay, and now what you ask, that someone having disabilities, we can't say these kind of disabilities occur, may come with many other scenes. सबको अलग अलग सिम्टम्स हो सकते हैं, तो उन सिम्टम्स के ऊपर डिपेंड करके एक प्रिसाइज डायग्नोसिस होता है, उसके ऊपर डिपेंड करके हम एक प्रिसाइज रजीम बनाते हैं, उसको कैसे ट्रीट करें, एंड देन वी फॉलो दैट थिंग. ऐसे हम कुछ भी सजेस्टिव नहीं कर सकते हैं.
So, सर, जैसे आप फिजिकल थेरेपिस्ट हैं, तो यहाँ पे बहुत सारे व्यूअर्स स्टूडेंट्स भी हैं. अगर if they are also interested in studying this line, what should they do?
So first of all, you need to have PCB in plus 11-12. In class 11-12, you need to have PCB. So after that, ideally you need to go for NEET UG. These days, in our days, we didn't have that NEET UG. We have to give special CET exams for various institutes. So after doing NEET, you will get your marks, you will get your everything. Then they will call you for a counseling. You have to go for the counseling. Online counseling will be there, and they will tell you that where you have your seat is allotted, and you enter to in that institute. You start studying. It's 4.5 years program in India specifically, 4.5 years program, and after that you can do your PG as well. And there are PGs, you can have neuro, cardio, ortho, many other things. So after that, once you do PG, you can do PhD as well. Many more things are there.
I think इस एरिया में तो स्कोप बहुत ही ज्यादा होगा अभी.
हाँ, इस एरिया में स्कोप ज्यादा है, लेकिन दिक्कत क्या होता है ना कि हर कोई अगर एक ही, मतलब, have you heard about that Robert Frost's poem, like I choose the path which is less traveled?
Yeah.
So there is something we should not be thinking कि मैं अगर इस फील्ड में चले जाऊँ तो मेरे लिए शायद मैं भी इनकी तरह, उनकी तरह, इसकी तरह बन सकता हूँ. ऐसा नहीं होता है. So when you enter to a particular field, you need to have a vision कि मैं आज से 10 साल बाद में क्या करूँगा. Either if you are an engineer as well, मैं आज से 10 साल बाद क्या करूँगा. I need to have an option. अगर आप कुछ साल बाद अगर एक ये भी बनते हो, एक सर्जन भी बनते हो, एक ऑर्थो सर्जन बनते हो, एक न्यूरो सर्जन बनते हो, तो हैव अ विजन कि मैं यहाँ से पढ़ने के बाद मैं वहां जाके अपना सेटअप करूंगा, वहां पर पेशेंट्स दिखूंगा, उसको ये करूंगा. यू नीड टू हैव अ विजन. विदाउट दैट विजन, यू शुड नॉट एंटर इनटू एनी academics field or any professional field. Or
so one last question. मैंने ये देखा, because this whole interview is themed around internet addiction and physiotherapy. तो इंटरनेट एडिक्शन में मैंने देखा है कि बहुत सारे बच्चे हैं जिनको फिजिकल प्रॉब्लम्स तो है, बट दे बिकम इमोशनली डिसरेगुलेटेड आल्सो. उनको एंजाइटी, डिप्रेशन के भी प्रॉब्लम्स आ रहे हैं. सो एनी मैसेज यू वुड लाइक टू गिव टू देम?
Just stay away from their phone. Just stay away from their phone and get as much as active. Get as much as active as possible. Okay, when you start getting active, you will have adrenal rush. So that will really help them to be happy, not being depressed. No.
Yes. So my dear viewers, especially students who are watching this, आप लोग जितने देर आप लोग यूजुअली हम लोग मोबाइल फोन यूज करते हैं बिकॉज वी नीड टू फील दैट कनेक्शन. एक कनेक्शन चाहिए होता है, एक फ्रेंड चाहिए होता है, एक वी गेट अ सेंस ऑफ हैप्पीनेस. बट इंस्टेड ऑफ लुकिंग फॉर हैप्पीनेस इनसाइड योर फोन, लेट्स ट्राई एंड फाइंड इट आउटसाइड विद आवर फ्रेंड्स. लेट्स स्टार्ट टू प्ले. आप लोग बाहर जाके खेलें, बाहर लोगों को ऑब्जर्व करें, इंटरैक्ट करें, कनेक्ट करें. यू सी दैट द होल वर्ल्ड इज अ वेरी बिग प्लेस. और वो जो रियल वर्ल्ड है, जैसे सर बता रहे थे, देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन रियल वर्ल्ड एंड रियल वर्ल्ड. तो आप देखोगे कि जो रियल वर्ल्ड है वो रियल वर्ल्ड से it's like many times better because real world is full of people, full of friends, people who love you. So आप अगर वहाँ रियल वर्ल्ड से निकल के, इंस्टाग्राम के वर्ल्ड से निकल के आप अगर रियल लाइफ में देखते हैं, तो आई थिंक यू विल बी मच मोर हैप्पियर. यू विल फाइंड अ पर्पस इन लाइफ. That's the most important thing. I think हम लोग, sir, I don't know if you will agree with me, लेकिन I think most of us are spending our time online because basically we have lost a sense of purpose in life. Meaning नहीं.
नहीं, पर्पस ऑन लाइफ वही मैं बता रहा हूँ कि अगर आपके बॉडी में एड्रेनलिन रश होना, ठीक है, हम इन सब चीजों में होते क्यों है? बिकॉज ऑफ दैट एड्रेनलिन रश हमें देख के मजा आता है, ठीक है. व्हेन यू हैव दैट एड्रेनलिन रश इनटू डूइंग समथिंग एल्स, आपको उसमें भी मजा आने लगता है. आप चेस भी खेलने दे दोगे किसी को, अगर बच्चों को चेस भी खेलने दे दोगे, स्टार्टिंग फ्यू डेज दे विल बी टू मच एडिक्टेड टू चेस. चेस एक ऐसा गेम है, ठीक है, वो एड्रेनलिन रश देता है. दैट मैटर्स. सो अगर हम हमारा जो बाहर लोगों के साथ हम मिलना जुलना बंद कर रहे हैं, इससे हमारा बहुत बड़ा डिसएडवांटेज होने वाला है इन फ्यूचर. बट ये एक्चुअली इसका इम्पैक्ट आया है ड्यूरिंग कोविड. सबसे ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट आया ड्यूरिंग कोविड.
So I think आज के इंटरव्यू से काफी सारे टेक अवेज मिले हैं हमको कि फिजिकल क्या क्या प्रॉब्लम्स हो सकते हैं, इमोशनल डिसरेगुलेशन हो सकता है. आपने ये भी सीखा कि अगर आपको फिजियोथेरेपी या फिजिकल थेरेपी पढ़ना है तो आपको कौन से स्टेप्स लेने हैं. आई थिंक अगर हम बाहर की दुनिया को देखें इंस्टेड ऑफ कनेक्टिंग विद दिस वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड, इनिशियली आई थिंक सर इट विल बी डिफिकल्ट.
यस, डेफिनेटली.
हम ऐसा चीज छोड़ रहे हैं जो हमको बहुत सारा प्लेजर और एंटरटेनमेंट देता है, लेकिन एनीथिंग दैट इज गुड, इनिशियली उसमें पेन जरूर होता है, बट दैट विल हैव दैट इज अ गुड पेन बिकॉज इट इज टेकिंग यू टुवर्ड्स समथिंग बेटर. आपको एंजाइटी भी कम होगा, आपको डिप्रेशन भी कम होगा, एंड मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट ऑफ ऑल यू विल बी लिविंग अ रियल लाइफ एज अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. एंड विद दैट वी आर साइनिंग ऑफ टुडे. थैंक यू एवरीवन. Sir, thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you for calling me up here. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And one more thing, today I'd like to say thank you to Mir also. He is very busy, but every time I say, Mir, we have this program, please come, he comes. So I'd like to say thanks to Mir also. Okay. Thank you everyone. Bye bye.